Child and Women Development Minister Maneka Gandhi has come up with a controversial new idea. She suggests that the ban on sex determination tests be done away with and parents be allowed to check the sex of their fetus before the baby is born. What she wants is for the sex to be recorded and for the woman to be monitored to ensure that there is no illegal abortion that happens. This has stoked a big controversy about whether India is ready for the sex determination test to be done away with.
अगर वो register शुरू से करे कि लड़का है या लड़की, then you will be able to monitor it right till the end कि पैदा होती है या नहीं.
Women and Child Development Minister Maneka Gandhi sparking off a fierce debate over female feticide in the country.
It used to be East India, then it became...
Pushing for fetus gender test, Maneka Gandhi suggested that sex of fetus must be registered in public record. The Union Minister proposed the move in bid to check female feticide in the country.
It becomes a completely different way of looking at it. You will be able to solve this entire problem. But if we remove this whole PCP and DT business and put it कि आपने ज़बरदस्ती करना ही है registration, आपको पता करना ही है कि लड़का है या लड़की और सरकार में register में आपने पंचायत पर डालना ही है.
With Maneka Gandhi's radical suggestion contradicting the existing law and the principle of not determining the sex of the fetus, her proposal drawing ire of the opposition.
उनका बाल विरोधी वक्तव्य है, खास तौर से जो फीमेल चाइल्ड है उसकी रक्षा होने में इसमें दिक्कत होगी. क्यों इस तरह का वक्तव्य दिया है? अगर संसद में इस तरह का कोई प्रस्ताव या बिल आता है, हमारी पार्टी उसका विरोध करेगी.
Facing flack from all quarters, Maneka Gandhi issuing clarification, saying that no formal proposal has been made by her ministry. But even as the minister's suggestion draws stiff resistance, her remarks have put the spotlight back on rising female feticide in India. Bureau Report, India Today.
Has Maneka Gandhi come up with a revolutionary idea that's a step in the right direction, or will this prove a complete disaster given the fundamentals of Indian society and the patriarchal nature of our family system? Joining us now is Dr. Aba Majumdar, one of India's best known gynecologists. With us also is Flavia Agnes. She's an advocate and a women's rights activist. Thank you very much. I want to go across to Dr. Majumdar because she deals with pregnancies on a daily basis. And why is it, Dr. Majumdar, that you believe that Maneka Gandhi has actually come up with a good, sensible idea? Because so far, there's been a big concern that if you allow parents to test the sex of their baby, there will be lots of abortions. There will be a social mess. To prevent that, we came up with this act. Why do you believe that Maneka Gandhi could be on the right track, Dr. Majumdar?
Well, I think that the PNDT Act was imposing a lot of pressure on us doctors, especially the ultrasonologists and the gynecologists. Now, with that act, determination of sex was illegal, and hence any parent who wanted determination of sex would go to someone who would agree to do this test in an illegal way, and hence under the table type of things. So once a sex is to be determined and to be written on all ultrasounds, this illegality of the test will go away. So this is one very important point which will ease off all the pressure and the related harassment of doctors probably if we stop sort of hiding the sex of the baby.
Okay, that's an important point you make. You set the stage for the debate. You're saying that in any case, all those parents who are keen on knowing the sex of their baby will find some way of being able to do so. If they don't do it legally, they'll find an illegal way of being able to do so. And if they need to abort the fetus, they'll still go ahead and do so. Therefore, Flavia Agnes, when Maneka Gandhi says make it compulsory to tell a pregnant woman if she's going to have a baby boy or a girl and get her registered so that it's known, then you're able to monitor it. Why do you think this is a terrible idea, Flavia?
There are a couple of reasons which are of concern. One is, you would think that we have a very good monitoring system in place, and all the centers that conduct such tests are listed and they will all be tracked at one go, which is not the case. And when you take away the ban on it, many more will mushroom. They will be in all situations because there is money involved here, and hygienic, unhygienic, they will mushroom every way. And I don't think our government has the infrastructure to track them all down and bring it under one scanning machine.
Okay, that's an important point you're making.
So,
let me get Dr. Majumdar to try and respond to that.
You have to understand a very important shortcoming of ultrasound detection of sex. It can only assess a sex at around 12 weeks of pregnancy or maybe even later, because the male sex organ, that is the penis, doesn't show up in the ultrasound before 12 weeks. And that also ultrasound, I mean the ultrasonologist also has to be very well trained to be able to see it. So people really master their assessment on this, those who want to do sex determination, but it's not easy to determine the sex before. It is not possible to detect it before 12 weeks, and it is not even easy to detect at 12 or even sometimes at 13 weeks. So all abortions which happen before 12 weeks are not sex related. They cannot be sex related because the sex cannot be determined by ultrasound. Only abortions which happen after 12 weeks need to be questioned, need to be tracked, need to be seen. So maybe it will not be such a big burden on health system, because 50% of patients don't even have ultrasound during their pregnancy. You know, villages, small places where they just go unattended, they maybe have 1 or 2 blood pressure checkups or a hemoglobin done, and that's all. It is that segment which has an ultrasound and which has in mind that what ultrasound can do to tell them the sex only will go for this. So I feel that it is not a very big segment which will need to be monitored later.
50% of society, Aba Majumdar argues, is not even impacted. Therefore, in sections where this is being done, it's possible to monitor. How do you respond to Aba Majumdar?
Exactly. I know the question, so let me answer. You know, we live in a male preference society. Whether you are rich, you are poor, you are low middle class, you want to have a male child. This desire is universal across South Asia. Now the problem here is that there has been a campaign for 20 years, and a culture has been ingrained now, where you put the advertisement over there that we don't do sex selective test. But now to undo that and to say no, everything is possible today, and then at the same time bring in the machinery to then monitor is difficult, because when it is freely available, many more people will do, and many more people in the villages also will do. It's not that today it is not possible for them to do, but when it is made open, it will be.
Okay, that's a very important point you're making. Let me get Dr. Majumdar to respond, because she's saying India is a patriarchal society, parents want boys. That reality hasn't changed even today in 2016. In villages, they may not be doing the prenatal sex determination today, but that's because it's not possible. If it were made possible, people would rush to big towns, small towns to try and get it done. How do you respond, Dr. Majumdar?
Yes, now here is again another very important thing, that once it is known in black and white that this is a girl child, I think the family will be somewhere affected that the target is on a girl child, and my ultrasound says very clearly, and 13 weeks is not easy abortion. I am a gynecologist and I know I would refuse a 13-week abortion because it is the most complicated abortion. It may lead to so many problems that the woman may not be able to conceive after that, which people don't even realize. But however, leaving all that aside, once everybody knows that there's a girl child, that family or that woman would be a target for the government to survey, whether she carries her pregnancy or she aborts it. Please do understand over here, all pregnancies terminated before 12 weeks should not be in question for sex, and all again gynecologists or anyone else should not be targeted that why did this abortion happen, because the MTP Act is allowed in the first trimester.
Okay, I'm going to leave it over there. You've heard both from Dr. Aba Majumdar, you've heard from Flavia Agnes, two completely different points of view. I don't wish to sit in on judgment because this is a very controversial idea. It's a debate that Maneka Gandhi has started. I leave it to you to decide. And as a recent parent, I would have loved to know the sex of my child before the baby was born. But in none of the tests that were conducted in India were the doctors prepared to reveal the sex of our baby to be. And that in some sense is irked me as a parent to be, but the reality is that given the nature of our society, and I was only curious, but given the nature of our society, it's probably best that we don't mess with the prenatal sex determination test. There is some level of deterrence just yet. You change that, it will create all manner of ideas, usually problems. Usually Maneka Gandhi comes up with progressive ideas. This may be an idea that's ahead of its time. Society is probably not ready for this. That's my take. Tell me what you think. You can write into me on Twitter or Facebook. News this deeply disturbing too. Indian intelligence agencies suspect that 4 of the ISIS terrorists killed by the ISIS chief.
केजरीवाली मोटर चली पम पम पम, केजरीवाली मोटर चली पम पम पम, ऑफिस हम जाएंगे साइकिल चलाएंगे कार